Hello everyone! Welcome to ABeam Consulting Indonesia New Normal webinar series. My name is Vini and I will be the host for today's webinar. Today's topic will be about cost reoptimization. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for your enthusiasm to join our webinar. Before we start, I would also like to inform you that during the session, you will be able to input your questions into the Q&A box that you see on the bottom corner of your Zoom screen. We will go through the questions during the Q&A session if the time allows. Now, I would like to present to you our speaker today, Yoshiaki Nakagawa. Next slide.
Hi, Bingy.
Hi, Nakagawa-san.
Hi, Bingy.
So Yoshiaki Nakagawa is a senior manager from strategy and operations team of ABeam Consulting Indonesia. He is a seasonal project lead with more than 15 years experiences in project management, SAP global rollout across EMEA and APAC, focusing on automotive, high-tech, and manufacturing. So hello, Nakagawa-san, how are you?
Hi, Bingy. That's good.
Yeah, so Nakagawa-san, during this COVID-19 outbreak, as you know, many people are trying to save or optimize their costs. So I would kindly like you to share a little bit of your personal experience. How are you saving or optimizing your spending?
Yeah, actually, I need to buy lots of things like a desk or a chair or like a microphone a lot. And I did the optimized one.
Oh, good.
Yeah. No, I'm working in Indonesia normally.
Yes.
Use Japanese phone maximum 7 days or 8 days in a year. So my mobile plan is very cheap. Base plan is very cheap. But when I use a Wi-Fi a lot, it's very expensive. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
completely forget to change it because I'm working in Japan for a couple months already. Use a lot of Wi-Fi here. So last week, I was very shocked to see that my invoice. So again, I found the necessity of optimizations.
Oh, that's really good. So I guess you're going to present a very important topic for all of us today. So I will pass the mic to you.
Okay. Okay, first of all, I would like to thank everybody for coming today. I'm Yoshiki Nakagawa running these sessions. I'm working for ABeam in Japan and Indonesia around 15 years, especially in global implementation, rollout project in Europe, China, Russia, Middle East, India, Japan, and Indonesia. When implementing SAP ERP, these are big changes in client business operation and needs to consider costly optimizations. This is the topic for today, costly optimizations. Here are the contents for today. The first one is a high-level implication of outbreaks in operation. Here, we will see how people's behavior and business operation changes by COVID-19. Second, insight how to respond to the outbreaks. I will share one of the clues for the outbreak. It's costly optimizations. Let's see high-level implications of COVID-19 in operations. New habits during social distancing will remain as new business practices. Here's the COVID-19 recovery stages. There are 3 recovery stages: responsive, adaptations, new normal. This chart shows how the physical contacts, human movement changes in the 3 stages. In the first stage, responsive. Emergency measures and strict restriction is necessary, like lockdown. In this stage, suddenly physical contact decreased. Once the lockdown is released, adaptation starts. Under adaptations, new habits to survive with less physical contact start, like with midterm social distancing guideline. Currently, we are here. And then in this period, gradually physical contacts increase. However, we expect that it will take more time that vaccine permeate all over the world and COVID-19 disappear in the world. Once it will be better, like no government restrictions, next stage starts. That is new normal. However, some of new habits during adaptation will sustain and be a new standard practice, like digital-related habits or working from home. That's why I need to start to consider adapting to new habits in new normal stage. Even after the end of strict lockdown, people are continuously being less active. Here's a percentage of mobility changes in details and recreation places. Even though lockdown is finished, still less than before. On C Tokyo, end of May is to release emergency declaration. However, the mobility is still minus 20% to minus 40% compared with February. There will be a big impact on operations. The impact requires organization to rebuild for the coming era of the new normal. Here's an impact on operating model and resources due to COVID-19. In responsive, remote work preparation start. For example, web meeting using VPN like this. And tighten collection, cut off non-urgent expense, postpone investment, and stop new recruitment. Once adaptation starts, the online-based operation model like a digital lead generation will be normal standard. CCC, cash conversion cycle, squeezing in further cost saving is necessary to adapt to new way. Once new normal starts, maybe new normal model will be built and optimize the organization to adapt to the new operation model is necessary. Human behavior will change. People will be less physically contacted. Here's a report about post-break outbreak shopping behaviors from coronavirus research. In adaptation stage, people don't want to go out. People don't talk a lot if it's not required. This will be continued in new normal. Some people say delivery is more than pickup. People don't want to stay in the shop for long. People don't want to physically contact in the shop. Leading retailers start to adapt the operation model towards online, small and distanced. Spain apparel Zara started to shift to e-commerce. Zara invest 1 billion euro to online. That is 9% up from 2019. Smart shop can be used in Sainsbury in UK. In smart shop, we can minimize the physical contact in shopping. When I'm coming to the supermarket, I will pick up the special bag and then I can scan barcode with my smartphone when picking up groceries. When finishing, I can directly go to the exit without being long queue. At the exit, I can scan barcode for payment. That's it. I don't need to talk with cashiers. Starbucks in North America start on-the-go service. Customer can order coffee with their mobile applications. When the coffee will be ready, we just need to go to the shop and then pick it up. Payment is already done in the applications. This is not only in North America, Indonesia and Japan as well we started. Here's a service from ABeam to adapt and transform in each stages. Agile work from home, costly optimizations, new sales operating model, automation, organization transformation, change management. Today, I'd like to share about costly optimizations, especially in direct materials cost saving, labor and outsourcing cost saving. Let me move to next agendas, costly optimization. Costly optimization is one of the clues to COVID-19 toward the new normal. During after this crisis, we could have huge opportunities to optimize our entire cost structure. Under COVID-19, there changes in operating model dramatically. This has big impact on the cost structure. Means this operating model changes these two potential opportunities for cost optimizations. Compared with the previous business operations, the necessary cost is changes. More network cost is necessary. However, do we need printer toner like before? Do we need elevator maintenance fee like before? With new business model, current organization still have productivity? The answer should be no. It's time to consider cost structure in organizations. COVID-19 could change the operational cost structure, and it's time to reconsider the optimization. So far, you have continued to seek for optimal cost with a past operation model. However, due to COVID-19, suddenly unexpected cost is necessary. This is the blue arrow, change of cost structure. For example, VPN fee, laptop preparation as necessary. Necessary cost is already considered, but did you also well confirm the necessary unnecessary cost? I expect that you already considered, but not well considered. Seems cost redundancy, double cost. Keeping both digital and physical style cost happens now. It's time to consider optimizations for new structure with like orange arrow towards optimal cost with the new business model. The reason why I said considered, but not yet well considered before, it's like this. Maybe you conducted immediate budget cut. Many companies have already conducted, but not yet conducted optimizations for new operating model. That's the blue one. For optimization for new operating models, the two things we need to consider. One is quantity, one is price. Revisit requirement confirmation based on new operating model, like for labor outsourcing the office or this, and resource allocation based on the strategic policies, priorities, and reconfirm price agreement and seek any gaps with the market price. Many opportunities to save cost after adapting to the new operating model is in procurement cost. You experience immediate budget cut already, but which area is not yet to be done? Maybe you can see its indirect cost. Indirect procurement cost is often ignored since each item only represents a small amount, but total amount is totally big. See, sales and general admin cost, COGS, cost of goods sold, advertisement fee, system maintenance fee, office supply, indirect material, like drinking water or tissues, outsourcing fee, maintenance repair and operations, MRO. This will be a target of indirect cost saving. Normally, indirect procurement cost consists of 10 to 15% of total cost, sometimes 10 to 20, like this. Direct materials to be used in your manufacturing, like parts, is well considered and negotiated with supplier for quantity and price already. On the other hand, quantity and price is not well considered in indirect procurement cost. The reason is each item is not expensive. There are lots of procurement items often overlooked, and procured without strict optimizations. Here's an example. Maybe you know, this is maybe you know that it's like a nearby. Rent lease, office lease, and multi-function copier, car maintenance lease, office factory supply, printer toner, brochure, copy paper, office stationeries, communications, fixed line phone, private network charge, office service outsourcing, cleaning service every day regular basis, elevator maintenance, security guard, company cafeteria, and relocation travel expenses and medical checkup. Lots of indirect materials, indirect costs can be reconsidered towards the new normal. This is another point to be considered toward new normal. That is organizational productivity optimizations. This is a good chance to reorganize the structure. See this chart. In early stage, at the timing of company establishing, the organization is simple and productive. However, through business success, organizational growth, it has a self-formed dynamics. Means that compared with the early stage, the organization should be complex and unproductive, with more divisions and more layers. There are lots of cases that sales is to be double during the business success, but organization become over 3 times. This is the case. Organization, the optimization should be considered. There are 3 typical inefficiencies due to the past growth success. The first case is a hierarchical redundancy. In this case, seniority based on promotion caused middle managers with a tiny span of control. Sometimes there is a manager without staffs. See this example. This data is from one of the existing company. Left is an organization, and each has several leaders. The number in the blue is people in each level. See the bottom. These are 400 staffs here, and subdivision 40 subdivision head will be managed. These 400 members. So means that 400 divided by 40 is 10. So each subdivision head manages 10 persons. I think it's okay, but when going to the more upper level, there are 10 division head in this company, and but only 40 subdivision head days. 40 divided by 10 means 4. So one division head managed only 4 persons. If we go see the sub office, a sub office, 10 division, 10 divided 8 is 1. So this sub office head manages only 1 division head. Normally around 10 persons, 5 to 10 people can be managed by 1 person. So this is one of the inefficient case. This next is a duplicated roles. In early stage, maybe the company has only 1 sales and it needs to hire several admin in that group. But when they grow up their sales, they split the division to north and south. And they created the completely same structure in the new divisions. If each admin works 100%, it's okay. But in case each division have the 2 admins and they are working 70% of the time, what will be happens? If admin prepared per division, 2 admin per division is necessary 4 persons because 70% multiple 2 is 140, and so 2% is necessary. But in case admin part is combined, only 3 person is necessary because 70% multiple 4 is 280%, means 3 person can do. This is one of the inefficient case. The last case is an imbalanced work allocation. See this graph. This shows how percent they use for the daily work, report preparation and meeting, and idling. They have lots of tasks on Monday and Tuesday. So head count should be the same as considered from the Monday. When I see this one, I always remember the Indian joke. Do you know, I give 100% of work. It's a very similar, popular Indian joke. When I'm working in Indonesia, India, I got it from my project member in India. I expected I give 100% of work means now every day 100%. But actually, this means 12% on Monday, 23% on Tuesday, 40% on Wednesday, 20% on Thursday, and only 5% on Friday. So today, only 5%. It's the totally 100%. Unbalanced. Sorry, back to this chart. This is the imbalanced case. In case Monday task and a Tuesday task move to the Wednesday, Thursday, we can reduce the resources, I think. If you're procurement, maybe you can easily negotiate with your suppliers to move some like a good receipt or something to Wednesday and Thursday. Okay. Even if you're a salesman, it's still possible to negotiate with the customer. This is the inefficient case. Especially organizational productivity optimization, lots of program is necessary. Based on business strategy, program management, overall management is necessary. Organization and operation model design is also necessary. And organization productivity program, like analysis and headcount calculation is necessary based on the new operation model. And also we need to start to consider that non-communication plan, like a stakeholder analysis, message design, or communication plan. And key changes we need to define. And once we define that, okay, some member needs to depart from the department, we need to consider the implementations for departing employees, like announcement or notifications or severance fee. And for the staying employee, we need to consider that devitalization, communications, or implementations for process and IT. Even if the restructure is completed and some is departed, still follow-up is necessary. And devitalization for staying employee and then stabilization for staying employee is also necessary. Let me summarize the major point today. Towards the new normal, costly optimization is one of the clue. Procurement cost saving, especially in direct cost. organization productivity program with the change management for organizational transformation is necessary. Here the ABeam sub-offering for the procurement cost saving program. We have the program to support indirect material saving and assist executing and negotiating with the suppliers. And organization productivity program. We assess your current organization, identify the opportunities to lean and draw a transformation roadmap. And we have change management for organization transformations. We can assist your project manager to communicate with an entire organization throughout the transformation. Because for the change management, it's very, very long journey, and then lots of skills and experiences necessary. Okay, so ABeam has this kind of experience already. So if you have an interest in, please come to our website and then contact to us. Okay, it's almost all done. Okay, thank you very much. That is all for my explanation today. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Nakagawa-san, for presenting such an important yet beneficial topic for all of us today. So now we have reached the Q&A session.
Okay, thank you very much giving me several questions. Okay, so the first one is how can we study the indirect cost optimizations? Okay, so my easiest way to start the indirect cost optimization is to come to us, ABeam. But actually, we should start from the visualizations. Like indirect cost is not managed well in each company. So like nobody know the quantity and the price. So sometimes the same procurement gets its processed from the several divisions, but each other we don't know. So first we need to get the fact. Then once we get it, we will check the quantity and price. Then starting the negotiating with the others, like this. So the first is visualization is necessary. Okay, and why not direct cost optimization, but indirect cost optimization? Okay, so because of the direct costs, as I said in the presentation, direct cost is well considered already in their in the procurement sometimes. And also, in case we will change the, we'll consider about the indirect material first. It sometimes cause quality down or sales down. But on the other hand, indirect cost is very low risk for their main business. So sometimes we also consider that like a payroll, but it leads to the demotivations. So for indirect material, it's always easy to start, and we can see the result or like an effect step by step. And also we started that like due to the dynamic DX, sometimes like advertising or logistics, we have several choices. So one by one, so we have lots of chances to do. Okay. Okay, and sorry, it's almost all time. Okay, thank you very much. Sorry, another question, I will reply to you by email or something later. Okay, thank you very much. So
Thank you very much, Nakagawa-san, for answering the questions. I would kindly need your help to go to the next slide, please. All right. Again, thank you so much, everyone, for joining the webinar. And before we close, I would also like to remind you that within the next few days, we will have other upcoming webinars, including automation, new sales operating model, and digitalized business process. We would really appreciate if you could join our other webinars as well. And right now, I will be pasting you the registration link in the Zoom chat. And finally, we also have a material which you can download by scanning the QR code here, or if you are online on mobile right now, please do take a screenshot. And finally, we will also be sending a short survey to you after this webinar by email. And we would really appreciate if you could spare your time to fill in this short survey so that we can improve for our next session. Once again, thank you so much everyone for joining and hope you have a nice day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nakagawa-san.